Andrew, 3 runners heading into a Group 1 Sistema Railway on New Year's Day. It must be pretty exciting to have a stable full of sprinters of that quality heading to a race of this quality.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's it's good to have 3 in the race in a Group 1 race, and we just got to really hope that they all run up to their best and get luck and perform at their best level. And we're pretty confident they're going to run well.
Okay, let's first of all talk about Summer Passage. Go through them runner by runner, but his form seems to be first class. He's come back in really good order, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Like the 2 runs that he's had have been well encouraging. His first up one, he boomed away here at Matamata, and then. He got a wee bit of a tough trip there at Pukekohe, and the winner sort of Levante had a pretty sweet trip and bombed him the last bit. But we think if there's any rain around, it's going to aid his chance and it'll probably disadvantage a few. But we think we can have him better as well, and he pulled up sore after the race and immediately after the race. So there was reasons why we believe he could be better going into the railway, so we're hopefully he's going to put his best foot forward. He knows his way around Ellerslie really well. He's won a Group 1 there before, so and he's a Group 1 winner. So no, he comes into the race well weighted, and he looks fantastic and he's going well. So we're confident he's going on well.
You happy with his condition now?
Oh God, yeah, he looks fantastic. Yeah, and the big gap between runs is going to do him the world of good because he's never a lot of him, and he's going to come in pretty fresh, and that's the best way to have him.
You had Spring Heat going into the race now as a last up winner. We know she's been around this sort of quality for a while. How will she go?
Yeah, well, she ran well. She's she's needed both runs as preparation, badly, and we still thought there was a fair bit of improvement in her out of the last run, and and it's tightened her up again, and she's a mare that's obviously a Group 1 performer. She's got to be a Group 1 winner yet, but hopefully she can do it on January 1. But she's a mare that's going to be cherry ripe on the day. Probably doesn't want any rain. She quickens well on quick ground, and no, she'll be there in the fight. She just wants a bit of luck in the run, and hopefully she's going to be there at the end.
Great for the Hermitage team to have a couple of runners heading towards this Group 1.
Oh yeah, they've been incredibly loyal, and great clients at the stable for many years, and would love to get a Group 1 with either horse for them. That's why they race horses.
Okay, and your other runner is Princess Rihanna, who seems to be going just as well. She'll come in nicely at 53 kilograms. How's she?
Yeah, well, she's going really well. Look, we're going to ride her. Very different to where we saw her in her last 2 races. We're leading. Her best form when she was 2 and 3 was when she was ridden right back, and she gets a chance to really round off. And she's another one, a 7-year-old or 6-year-old mare now, and we don't often train those, and we've just found it this year with Spring Heat and Princess Rihanna how much work and racing it takes them to get them back to high fitness, and she's really appreciated with both runs under her belt. She'll go into the race as a long shot, but she could be one to sort of fool the trifectas at the end, because she's going to be booming home from the back, and she's a different horse when she's ridden cold, and any rain will only aid her chance. So she's not to be forgotten.
Okay, and I guess it really could continue what's been a pretty good record for the stable for Wexford in this railway over the years.
Yeah, absolutely. I think between Dave, Paul, Lance and myself, I think we could have won it 8 or 9 times, which has been, so it's been a really lucky race for us. So let's hope it can continue this year.